background, folks. Guys, I'm on the way to the supply house. I need a bunch of parts. And guys, listen to this, right? I think it's the Christmas Eve stream. The first call I had, that motor call, I didn't put this on camera, but the neighbor across the street told me he was having the same issue. He wasn't getting any heat blown out the vents. And guys, listen to this. I never had this happen. The customer across the street, I think he had a Carrier furnace. I think it was a 90%. But guys, he had the exact same motors as the customer across the street. And unfortunately, guys, I only had one motor in my truck. So like, I would have did the other motor right after I did the other one across the street, guys. But unfortunately, like I said, I was out there late Christmas Eve and I had another call to get to. And I couldn't find any supply houses that will open up on Christmas. So guys, I'm actually on the way to the supply house now to restock, get that motor, and I'm gonna go to that call. I think that's a 10 to 12 I gotta get to, or 10 to 11. But yeah, guys, having two neighbors or having two customers have the exact same issue right across the street from each other, that's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, guys, I'm on the way to the supply house now. I'm gonna pick up everything I need, and I'll see you guys when I get there. I'll see you later on. Peace. All right, guys. I'm gonna show you what I ran into on Tuesday. So here, we just got a 90% upflow Bryant. And I got the switch off because with Bryant, Payne Carrier, and I think Heil units, whenever you turn the switch on, if you had the power off, if you turn the switch on, it's going to give you a code 12. That's not an error code. Code 12 pretty much means that the blower is on after startup. So the blower should run for like probably 20, I want to say maybe 15 to 20 seconds. That's just a feature of these ICP and Carrier furnaces. But when I got here before, you hear that? The blower actually started, but within 5 seconds, it just did that. You guys hear that? And the capacitor was already replaced. Guys, let's get this motor out and let's get this going. I'll see you in a little bit. I already mentioned, guys, what I have here in my hand is an angled needle nose plier. I believe I got this from Harbor Freights like probably down there 10 years ago. Guys, these are one of these tools you keep on the bottom of your tool bag. You don't even know it's there, but guys, you know you can count on this when you need it. And in particular, oh, some water came out this trap. I use these when I have to take out these clamps here. And be careful, guys. Like I said, you don't want to put too much pressure on these clamps and break them. I know these can be a pain in the ass to take out, but like I said, guys, my needle nose, my angled needle nose, always does the trick. We're removing these clamps on these older 90%ers. And this is my motor. Just got to get my extension bit, and we're going to take this out. All right, guys. I'll see you in a little bit. Guys, I'm back at the truck, and it's the exact same. Well, it's actually, this is a 1/3 horsepower. What I put in on Wednesday, well, on Tuesday, was a half horsepower. But the point is, guys, it's still the same belly band bracket. And I talked about this over the summer on my live video. Guys, when I first started doing motors, I used to hate these brackets because the legs aren't welded onto the belly part. So literally the biggest challenge for me, I don't know for you guys, but speaking from experience, the biggest challenge for me was to keep the belly band part on without the legs slipping from underneath. Now guys, this is a very good trick. If you guys use this, hats off. If not, then this is free game for you guys. What I like to do, and of course this is the older motor, is I like putting the legs on the belly band And the point is, guys, you can't tighten this up too early. Otherwise, you're probably going to be off balance. You can't tighten this too soon because you don't know where you have to be at level-wise. So you don't want this motor to be too far in or too far back out the housing. But the point is, guys, the trick that works for me, and I had to do this on Tuesday, what I do is I put the legs on and I screw this in just enough, not tight, but I screw it in just enough that the legs don't move. And then once the legs are in, I slowly move the belly band down. But keep in mind, the legs are already in. So if I screw this in slightly, I want to say like probably just kind of like a quarter turn, not too tight. But once I put the legs in, I screw it in, I then push everything down. So like, guys, what I'm explaining to you, it may sound crazy, but like I said, this works for me. But guys, before I knew that method, I had to put things under each one of these legs. And guys, like I said, this is just trial and error. Because like I said, my biggest problem I used to have is I tried to tighten the band up and the legs at the same time. And like I said, some of these legs were sticking out longer than the other. And that's the point, guys. With these legs, if one leg is not level with the others, it's not going to work. You got to pull the whole thing out and do it over again. So like I said, guys, it's just trial and error. But like I said, do whatever works for you. But most importantly, I'm just telling you what works for me. And this is just from practical experience. This is not something you're going to read in a book. So, all right, guys, so moving on. I got my new motor here. This is my 5460. And since we have a 3rd horsepower, this is a 7.5 cat that we got to use. So, all right, let me get my bracket on and my legs on to the new motor, and let's get this party started. All right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Guys, got my new motor in, and right now I'm just turning this wheel a few times to make sure I can sound check. No sounds, no squeals. And guys, I know this squirrel cage is definitely not in the best condition, but will it work? You can bet your life on it, kid. Now, if I heard any sounds or any noises, that either means one or two things. Either I'll have to readjust the motor on the bracket, or two, that will mean my squirrel cage or my blower wheel is warped. And that needs to be corrected because, guys, I'm spinning this by hand, which is easier for me to adjust. Once I hook power to this thing and this wheel really starts to turn, then you'll have big issues if you have noises and sounds. All right, guys. Let me clean up here and let's bring this bad boy downstairs. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I just got to grab my 7.5 microfarads cap and I'm good to go. But guys, real quick, second honorary mention. Make sure you guys have your proper assortment of drill bits. Guys, it's Christmas. Right now, there's no excuses around holidays. I know Home Depot, Lowe's, and probably even Amazon have these on sale. Guys, whenever you're doing blower motors, my absolute, and I mean absolute last resort, which will be using a wrench set or a socket set. Now, guys, the only benefit of using wrenches over drill bits is that if I didn't know how to use a drill bit could accidentally strip screws. And you can't strip anything with a wrench. But like I said, guys, for efficiency, drill bits do save you time as long as you got the right size. And I have my reversible 5/16 1/4-inch chuck. And you see here, I don't really need this 5/16 because I already have that on my everyday drill bit. But you see here, 3/8, 7/16, which is what I needed on this bracket. And I got the bit all the way up to 1/2 inch. And like I said, guys, you don't know how important these are until you actually need it, especially with motor replacement. So this can be either with blower motors or condenser fan motors. Make sure you guys have proper drill bits, and this could definitely speed up your time with motor replacements. All right, guys, with that being said, let's get in the basement and let's get this squared away. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, I got everything. I got the housing gang, and I'm just reverse engineering the process. Put my condensate trap in and had to bring out my angled needle nose pliers again. Got everything on. And another thing, guys, I had to reuse the spade connector because the neutral, once again, on these ICP blower motors, the terminal is very, very small. You can't put a regular spade connector on. You see here, this is just a regular spade connector, but the terminals on these ICP motors and boards are, for some reason, I don't know, maybe this is like some type of proprietary thing. Maybe they only want you to use their motors, but I just wire nutted in the old neutral wire. And like I said, guys, tomato, it will still work. That's just one of the things I never understood about ICP units. As far as they make every single one of these terminals normal size for a regular spade connector, everything except your neutral coming from your blower motor, but it is what it is. All right, guys, let me mount this board up and let's rock and roll here. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, I got everything in. And right now, this is that code 12. And remember, guys, like I said, this is only like a 10 to 12 second thing. I don't know what that feature is for. Maybe Carrier or ICP built this because maybe if the heat is running and someone accidentally turns the switch off and back on, maybe on these ICP units, they don't want the heat running immediately after. So maybe as a fail safe, they want the blower to run for a couple of seconds, but it is what it is, guys. My inducer is running. And I got a brand new filter in there as well. And guys, as far as the cause of failure, this is just normal wear and tear. I didn't see anything abnormal with the wiring, or I didn't see any other signs, and that's my igniter glowing. Yeah, but I didn't see any other issues or any other faults. Igniter's glowing. Unit preheats up and my fan should turn on any second. Looks like they got a newer electric water heater here. I wonder which one came first, the electric or the gas. And I think the gas came first. It looks like they had a power vented gas water heater, but they ripped that out and just put an electric one in. And that's my blower motor. And now we just wait for everything to heat up. But yeah, guys, this heat ain't AC. I know it's at least 20 plus, but this customer, I spoke to him, I think they're getting ready to put this house on the market. So for right now, having this thing work is going to be more important than getting a new one right now for them. But guys, everything's running. I'll definitely leave a copy of our maintenance agreement here. So God forbid if this AC unit craps out before the new homeowners move in, then at least they can call us and we can get them squared away. But all right, guys, I got another 2 calls to get to on this Thursday. We got to rock and roll. But there you have it. When I got here, blower motor is locked up. We put a new motor in, new cap. I reuse the same bracket, and she's purring like a kitten. All right, guys. I got to put together the paperwork and I got to get up out of here. Peace out. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.